go ahead and start. We want to thank you all for being here with us today. The people of Oklahoma, we've had such a amazing outpouring of gratitude and help from people in Oklahoma. All the people from out of state are seeing our reputation for being so hospitable. The number of people that have dropped off coffee and food and come and supported us is just phenomenal. So the state of Oklahoma is showing our out of state guests a very, very warm welcome. We're here to help. We are personally here because we have been touched by the story of what's happening in northern Uganda, and we all believe that we need to do whatever we can to end the longest running war in Africa and stop the abduction of child soldiers by Joseph Kony's rebel army. So we want to convince Senator Coburn to find a workable compromise that will allow the LRA Disarmament and Northern Uganda Recovery Act to pass in the Senate. It's the most widely supported bipartisan bill ever to address issues in Africa, and it's championed by our own Senator Inhofe very heavily and very strong. Stand outside Senator Coburn's office for 24 hours a day, especially when overnight temperatures dip below freezing. No doubt sounds a bit extreme, and it is. Last night was my fourth night out here. But to us, what seems more extreme is the 39 days after we first requested to simply meet with Senator Coburn to find a compromise that would allow this legislation to pass, that he still hasn't found time. During those 39 days, he's been unwilling to meet with us. The Lord's Resistance Army has murdered at least 220 people and abducted 90 children from their homes and families. This podium next to us is a symbolic of Senator Coburn's refusal to meet with us over the past 39 days. All we want is to meet with this man and gain his commitment to find a way to make this work, so that the violence does not continue a day longer than it has to. Every day that this bill is not passed, more things are happening in Eastern Africa. Because right now, Senator Coburn's decision to block this bill is allowing the LRA to continue abducting children, burning down Christian churches, and terrorizing innocent people. We've been waiting outside his office for 91 hours, and this hasn't been fun. We have jobs and classes to get back to, but we won't leave until we find a way forward, because whatever hardships we are experiencing pale in comparison with what the parents whose children have been stolen from them are experiencing. The communities have been destroyed, the innocent people who have been maimed and killed by this rebel group are currently enduring something much worse than us sleeping outside in the cold. We're going to leave this podium out here with a counter that shows how long Senator Coburn has refused to work with us personally to find a way forward, until he either agrees to a public discussion of this bill or holds a personal meeting with us to find a compromise that upholds his principle and still finds a way to address this crisis. We again give thanks to the Oklahomans for showing us this generous support in this effort and wonderful Oklahoma compassion for this urgent cause. Thank you so much. And next up, I want Kenneth Transier from Resolve Uganda has a few words for you guys as well. Thank you very much.
Again, thank you all for coming out today. Let us be clear. This bill does not directly add a dime to our deficit, and Senator Coburn knows that. He also knows that attaching an offset to it, as he has requested, will result in the bill's death. So he has decided to block the passage of this bill, supported by 99 other senators and championed by our own Senator Jim Inhofe, to make a purely symbolic point. He's betting that Oklahomans won't know that, or perhaps won't care. We are betting otherwise, because we are seeing Oklahomans from all walks of life who are touched by the horrific stories of children being abducted, Christian churches being burned down, and communities massacred by the LRA as they celebrated Christmas. Literally thousands have now sent messages to Senator Coburn asking him to find a way to see this bill passed as soon as possible. Our research has also shown that Senator Coburn has supported dozens of bills that authorize funding without offsets. We want to ask Senator Coburn what made these bills more important than a bill aiming to stop senseless violence against innocent children. One such bill that Senator Coburn supported authorized as much as the bill we are supporting in order to research trees in California. Last week, Senator Coburn said that, quote, "True civility is measured by actions and not words." We are out here trying to live that wisdom and to take him at his word and ask that he join us in taking personal action to see this bill passed and this violence ended. Again, all we want to see is that Senator Coburn engages personally in finding a compromise that upholds his own principles and yet still addresses this urgent crisis. And because we feel so strongly about seeing action on behalf of the victims of the children and families in Africa being victimized by this violence, we are not going home until such a compromise is reached. Thank you very much.
What's one of you guys, I mean, have you gotten anything back from him? And saying, because I think he's in Washington right now.
Yes. We've been in touch with his office at seeking a constituent meeting. We want to stress again that these ongoing crises it's an emergency situation, and he has given us an unconfirmed date, at least 30 days from now. He said we've asked his office repeatedly to set a date, and they refuse to do so. And at this point, we have waited 39 days for confirmation of that meeting, and it hasn't happened. So, are there any other questions?
About how many people we have participating in our study tonight?
Last night we had around 48 people who joined us last night. After school and work gets out during the day, many people came and joined us to sleep with us outside on the streets here. And this is our fourth night.
How long do you plan on sleeping out here?
We plan on sleeping out here until a compromise is reached, as long as that takes. I want to stress personally again that I am out here and all of us are out here because there are children literally being abducted from their homes and forced to kill and fight. Communities are being destroyed as we speak in the Congo, Central African Republic, South Sudan, and North Uganda. 4 different countries are being victimized by this violence, and we are not leaving until a compromise is reached and the U.S. takes leadership in these atrocities. Any other questions? We will also be available for interviews from the participants here, from people who have slept outside with us for these 4 days, and also Mark, Lisa, and myself.
Also, just one more thing. What about the response? When you're out here in a very public place.
Yes.
So, I mean, how has that been? You got this bank or whoever owns this building and everything. And just how's that going?
You know, I'll answer that. Being the one that's from Oklahoma, we've had a phenomenal response from the people here in Oklahoma City. We realize that this building is working. This building, they don't work for Senator Coburn. I mean, it's a massive office building. But our approach to this rally has not been to approach people with signs or yell or hand them things. We stand there with our signs and wave, tell them good morning, tell them to have a good day, and then if they want to ask us what's going on, we tell them. And so anyone that wants information, we only give it to them if they ask. And so we've had people in the buildings around walk up and bring us donuts or coffee in the morning, say they love what we're doing, and police officers drive by and say, oh, you guys are great, we're not worried about you. And so we've had a phenomenal response from the people in downtown Oklahoma City. And we want to keep our positive attitude up once again, that this is not a covert smear campaign, but we're just out to ask him to talk to us.